Hello, I'm Deb Knight. Welcome to A Current Affair. We often hear of medical breakthroughs that will change lives in 5 or 10 or more years from now. Here's one that's transforming lives right now. Aisha is the first child to have a revolutionary brain procedure that her surgeon calls a game changer. Aisha is like any other 9-year-old. She likes to run and play.
I think I have to get one of the holes.
She loves painting and drawing.
That's beautiful.
It was supposed to be a rainbow.
Well, that's a great drawing. Giant flowers.
And riding her brand new bike. But life hasn't always been this simple.
Wow.
You okay?
You all right?
Yeah, it was a quick one.
So how many seizures was she having a day?
She was having anywhere up to 12 or 13 a day.
A day?
Yes. She couldn't do things that she was supposed to do. It was just more of keeping an eye out for her so she doesn't hurt herself.
So it meant she just couldn't do normal things that little kids can do?
No, definitely not.
And what did that make you feel like?
I felt like I was trapped at home.
Yeah. Aisha was trapped by a rare drug-resistant epilepsy triggered by a brain tumour when she was just 3. Terrifying for her mum, Marwa.
The first time it happened, she was sitting down with us as a family and then she fell back onto me. Aisha, you okay, Mama? Aisha? Very stiff. And she was gulping and just staring into space.
I had it.
You had a sizzle? You okay?
Yeah.
They were very bad. Keeping her up majority of the night, she was just non-existent, you can practically say, during the day.
And what impact did that have on the family?
We just worried about her safety. We just literally had to put everything aside and focus. Our focus was all on her. Unfortunately, I had to lose focus with my son just to make sure that she's okay. It did. It took a toll over everyone.
If I couldn't play sport at school when I had seizures, I had to stay out.
So it made you feel like you were being left out, did it? Yeah. The only treatment was invasive surgery, opening her skull, cutting deep into her brain to remove the seizure-causing cells, potentially damaging healthy ones. Aisha endured 2 gruelling operations, which weren't successful. But a revolutionary new treatment offered hope. Epilepsy is a common medical condition. Some 250,000 Australians suffer from it. But for patients like Aisha, there have been limited treatment options until now. This procedure described as an absolute game changer. LIT, or laser interstitial thermal therapy, has been successfully treating epilepsy and brain tumours overseas and has just started being done here in Australia. It works by inserting a tiny laser catheter through the skull, precisely guided with MRI to target the abnormal brain tissue that's then destroyed using heat from the laser beams.
Everything's good at school?
Aisha was the first child to be treated in the Southern Hemisphere.
If you had have asked me 20 years ago if that was possible, I would have said no way. So how long has it been?
Dr Mark Dexter is the head of neurosurgery at the Children's Hospital at Westmead in Sydney.
Aisha couldn't have been a better patient. She was fantastic through the whole thing and none of us could be happier with the outcome, but it was definitely an anxious day that morning.
I bet. He's still getting used to being a surgeon who uses a laser instead of a scalpel for a procedure he says is incredibly precise and safe.
For Aisha's surgery, no hair shaved or almost no hair shaved. There's no scalpel on the setup, so there's no cut in the skin. There's just one little needle hole. With the previous craniotomies that she would have been in hospital about 7 days and probably taken 5 to 6 weeks off school.
So is she cured?
We're pretty confident that she's fixed for good.
And this is life-changing.
It's absolutely the most amazing thing I've been involved in my practice and career.
Really?
It transforms lives of children. Kids sometimes having 30 or 40 seizures a day become seizure-free, home the next day, back to school 3 days later.
Of the 5 children and 10 adults treated so far, all are completely seizure-free. New South Wales Health Minister Ryan Park wants laser therapy rolled out across the country.
What I hope this results in is more of these types of treatments, particularly for these types of conditioning and very relentless conditions that have huge impacts on particularly on the lives of young people.
3 months on, Aisha remains seizure-free.
A huge impact, huge difference. She's just a different person. Her quality of life is better. She's starting to do things that she wasn't able to do. She's actually improving in school. She's just flourishing.
So you're able to ride a bike now. That's pretty cool.
Still keeping my balance.
Do you feel happy now that you're not having seizures?
Yeah,
Yeah. I bet you feel happy, Mum.
definitely.
Yeah. Like a weight's been lifted.
Thank God. It's a shock to the system for being on the run for so long and suddenly everything just slowing down and stopping. It's still hard to take in, to mentally process everything, but it's lifted off my shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you want to say to the doctors who've helped?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I can't thank them enough. Can't thank them enough at all. Especially with the level of healthcare we have here. They are really amazing.
Yeah, it's life-changing, all right. Not just for Aisha, but for her whole family and hopefully for many more Australian families down the track. And who knows, Aisha might just be in the operating theatre for one of those future surgeries. She told me she